did I just do? Hey guys, I'm Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor, and I'm here with one of our very own Painters Clubhouse members. Her name is Ambi. Am I saying her name right? Ambi Bundy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's like Bambi Nay.
I always tell people my name's pronounced Tamara like camera. You have to rhyme it with like a noun word that people automatically know, so it's easy to remember.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So, will you tell us a little bit about yourself? That way people kind of get to know you a little bit.
Well, sure. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 beautiful girls that are a blessing, but also could be a little bit of a handful. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I decided to stay home with them. I have a teaching degree, but I just until they get in school, I just wanted to be with them to not miss out on any of their little small moments.
I know what you mean. I kind of started out that way myself. I actually was a teacher. I taught, well, it's kind of hard to explain, but the first semester in school, I taught Title I reading and math to kindergarten, first and second. And then one of the teachers had to move away around Christmas. So I moved into her homeroom second grade class. And so then I taught second grade the last part of the year. And then after that, I got, what do you call those little pink slips where you're not getting hired back the next year? And I was like, because they were cutting a bunch of positions. And I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? But looking back on that, it turned out to be the biggest blessing because it kind of forced us to figure out that we could live on my husband's income and I could stay home with the kids. And as long as I was doing a little something on the side, we always had enough money for, you know, little family vacations and things like that. So I started out doing like scrapbooking and things like that. And it eventually led to door hangers. So you said you were just scrolling. Did you find me on YouTube or how did you find me?
Well, I was going through the video section of Facebook and one of the videos just popped up. So I don't know if a mutual friend shared it or how it came about, but it was just one of your lives. And I'm like, oh, this looks neat. Because I've always been crafty and love painting and stuff like that. But honestly, I knew what door hangers were, but I've never seen it done. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I just got hooked.
I love that. So what probably, like, how did you know, like, once you kind of got hooked on my videos, what led you to being like, okay, I think I want to do this more regularly? And what made you join Painters Clubhouse?
Well, I started kind of piddling around. I hadn't painted, and I actually just painted my first 2 little Dollar Tree door hangers the other day, but I just started playing around with some paint and I was like, I really love this. This is like relieving some stress and getting some stuff to my own. And I kind of was already looking for a side, I guess you'd say a side job or something to bring in a little extra income. Because when you've been out in the work field and you've been out there, and I hate being successful, like stay-at-home moms aren't successful, but you know, in the professional world, and then all of a sudden you decide to stay home, you're kind of like, where'd my life go? Now I'm just here. And so you kind of give everything to the kids. And I was looking for something to kind of to start doing for me when I could squeeze the time in. And this just felt like it was perfect. And then when you were saying you would teach us how to paint and maybe start our own little business to grow and have side money, I'm like, this is everything all in one little package tied up in a little bow. Is sign me up. And I just joined.
Yeah, I think that I've always had a hard time explaining what that struggle feels like. You know, going from working full time like I did, you know, I was teaching and then suddenly I wasn't. And, you know, suddenly you feel like when you're only doing mom duties, you're busy all day long, but you don't feel like you're contributing something productive to society. Like you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the day, right?
Right. Yeah, because that laundry, it's still going to be there the next day. It's not like you accomplish something and it goes away and you're like, oh, we did that. Check that box. No, ma'am. It's a revolving door. It just keeps coming and coming. And so or for me, it just didn't feel like I ever was accomplishing anything. I was just treading water.
Yeah. And then I really missed having a social life. You know, all of a sudden I'm only talking to toddlers all day long. So
yes.
How old are your kids?
I have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So they're like doorstep. Doop, 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 doop.
You're in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, I am.
So
I was
I've
like,
also
I'm
heard
going
a
to
lot.
make time for this.
Sorry, I think there's a bit of a lag. I keep accidentally interrupting you.
That's all right.
I was just going to say, I think that like there's a lot of people who feel like they can't paint with little kids at home. So do you have, oh, we lost her. Maybe she'll come back on here in a second. I was just going to say there's a lot of people who feel like they can't paint with little kids at home. And so there are little tips and tricks that I'm sure Ambi could share with you for, finding the time or keeping the mess at bay, because when Charlie was little, she was always sticking her fingers in my paint and I would find little painted fingerprints on everything. Let's see. I'm going to go to the comments. Hey, Sharon, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Cindy Brown. Welcome. If you're watching, say hello. Tell us where you're from. And are you a stay-at-home mom? If you are, let us know. If you're like Ambi, hopefully Ambi will be able to hop back on here with us in a minute. I think she just got accidentally kicked off. Oh, here she comes. You're back.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I'm in Louisiana and we had a snowstorm and it has done all kind of crazy stuff with our internet. So it's been a chore.
It's totally okay, because I actually think your signal is clearer now than it was before.
Okay,
so we're good. And I've got kids knocking on my door. I muted myself so I could yell at them. But anyways, I was talking about like a lot of people feel like they can't paint at home when they have little kids. So I know I started painting when I was pregnant. And so I went straight from that to having a newborn to a toddler. And now she's about to be 6. Do you have any tips for painting when kids are at home?
There's 2 tips, I guess. And it works for me. I don't know if it'll work for everybody. But one, obviously, do it while they're at nap. While they're like my oldest one goes to pre-K, so she's at school, and then the other 2, I've kind of got them on the same nap schedule, and that gives me a little free time. But then sometimes they just don't sleep, so if I want to paint, I just have something on the counter that they can just scribble and paint all over, and then I can wipe it off, and we just do it together, and it kind of has given us more of a mommy and me time too.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I know you mentioned before painting things from Dollar Tree. I go and I buy like the little, like they have like the little canvas paint sets with they have the little paint things in the little tiny little pods. Yeah. I buy those for Charlie. I also buy the little wooden cutouts. And so she'll randomly just come in here all the time and be like, I want to paint something. And she knows where to go and where to grab it from. And she has her own little set of paints and her own little set of brushes. And so that really, now that she's 6, she can kind of like, almost, well, not 6 yet. I don't want to rush it. She don't turn 6 till April. But now that she's like kindergarten age, I kind of trust her more to get that stuff out and get started on her own, because she's been doing it for a long while now. But even when she was 2 or 3, I would always find something for her to kind of scribble and do on the side. So it kept her busy.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is we just do it together. And then, like I said, nap time is golden.
Yeah. If you guys remember back in the day, when I first started my business, all of my Facebook lives were either late at night after she'd been tucked into bed, or they were like right in the middle of nap time. So that's why for the longest time I'd been going live at 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, because I knew 2 p.m. she'd be in the middle of a nap. Yes. Now she's kind of gotten out of taking naps, and she's either at school, or if on a snow day like today, she's barging in. So I'm going to see Sharon says in the comments, just get the kids a paint area. Also, she's having problems with internet service too. I keep getting phone calls. I guess it's the school calling off school again tomorrow. And then Carla says, that was me. I was always wanted to paint and help my husband with extra money, and I love what I do now. So is this bringing in an extra income for your family now?
Not yet. I'm still in stage 1. So I'm building up my confidence, because I don't know. I guess staying at home kind of took a little hit to my confidence too. And so I'm like slowly working it up and looking at all the PC Sisters projects, getting inspired to build up my own, like, oh, I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And so I haven't sold anything yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not too far in the future.
It probably will. It's just kind of like one of those inevitable paths that I feel like everybody goes down. Once you start painting door hangers, there's a point where you'll eventually feel that confidence, and you'll be like, you know what? I can do this. And all it takes is that one customer who's like, oh my goodness, I need this. How much is it? And that one customer will boost your confidence through the roof, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, people actually do like what I painted. It's not just me.
Yes.
So, how do you feel like the Painters Clubhouse has helped you? I know you said the words, it helps you reset as a mom. Can you kind of explain that?
Oh, definitely. I just dealing with kids. Even though they're yours and they're precious and you love them, you just kind of you pour so much of yourself out that you just, at the end of the day, you're like, I don't have anything else to give. But then for me, when I paint something or when I create something, I'm like, oh, there's still some little spark. There's still some more me there. And then I get to relieve some of that pressure, if you will, that I even, the mom guilt that comes along. And it crazy as it sounds, even though it does not even relate. Once I get done painting that one thing, I'm just like, okay, I can do this. And I can do this tomorrow. I can do it better. It's a great thing.
It is. It's like I guess for me, it was like while I was painting, I wasn't mom, I wasn't wife in that moment. I was just in the moment doing something I enjoy and being 100% me. And so it's like it takes you out of mom mode and puts you in a completely different brain space.
It totally does. Like, that is me time. And, that it helps me get what, like my soul, so to speak, come out. And then I see it and I'm like, okay, yeah, good job.
This reminds me actually of, you've probably heard us talk about one of our Painters Clubhouse members, Erica Wallace. She is a very active part of the Painters Clubhouse now. But when she first joined, she was like she called herself a wallflower. She said, I was nervous. I just watched people. I didn't speak up. I was very much an introvert. And she was like you, she was a stay-at-home mom. And she said that she had kind of retreated into herself. She wasn't projecting her personality like she did before she became a mom. And her husband was actually the one who got her into door hanger painting. He knew she was crafty, and he volunteered her to do some kind of project for his work that she was like, what? I can't do that. And he's like, yes, you can. And so she ended up doing this project, and eventually she joined Painters Clubhouse. And through door hanger painting, it helped her find a sense of self again. And her husband looked at her one day and he said, I'm so thankful you did that. He said, it's like I've gotten my old wife back. That sounds a weird way to say that. The old Erica back.
Yeah. I totally hear that. I mean, I get that because my husband said the same thing. He said, Ambi, I can tell you're happier. You smile more. And I haven't even been, y'all, I joined in November. So, I mean, it's not even that I've been doing this for a really long time. I joined through the winter challenge, door hanger challenge. And he's like, I can just tell, you're smiling more, you're happier. I have more patience with him. I have, more time to just let it flow.
That is such a gift. So it's benefiting not only you, but your entire family.
Yes, it is.
But you know what? A lot of people will trick themselves into thinking that doing this for themselves is selfish and is not going to benefit their family. They feel like, oh, well, paying this money monthly is going to take away something from my family. But that's so not true.
It's not. I kind of see it, or how I explained it to myself. Because I mean, when we're on one income and the economy was going crazy, I was like, I don't know how this little monthly payment is, going to help me. But I mean, we're going to be able to cover it financially. But I seen it kind of as a preventative care. Like, you go to the doctor for wellness, and then you kind of stay out of the doctor for all the serious stuff. Well, this is more of a preventative, from therapy.
It's way cheaper than therapy too.
It is. It's way cheaper than therapy. And I knew I needed something to fill the void that I kind of was feeling from not being in the professional field. And I was like, I can do this. I can cut something out somewhere else and save up to do this. And at first I felt a little guilty, but then when I saw the outcome and the product of how it was bringing my family closer together, it was making me feel better about myself. And my husband was seeing a difference. I was like, oh, it was so worth it. I buy more expensive skincare than I do this monthly payment. And I'm seeing product right now, not 6 months down the road.
That is such a perfect example. And it's kind of like they say, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. And so you're taking care of yourself through painting and finding a creative outlet. It's just a different method.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's kind of on the fence and maybe thinking about doing this and a little bit nervous?
I say, just do it. Just jump in there. If nothing else, just say, okay, I'm going to give it 2 to 3 months. Set aside the 2 to 3 months and join. And then if you don't like it, reevaluate. But I promise they're going to love it. I loved it.
I definitely think you need to give it more than a month. Like,
yes.
Just like your skincare products that you buy, you don't expect that to work overnight. You shouldn't expect this to instantly work overnight, although it is a lot faster than the skincare products work.
And one thing that I didn't expect that I got from joining is because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't have a lot of time, when I was trying to do it on my own, I would find excuses to not do it, like to not paint or to not pull it out. And I was like, I don't want to clean that mess up. I don't want to clean the messes up all day. But joining something like this, that's a community, it kind of also held me accountable in a way that I'm like, oh, well, they're sharing. I want to share. And so it gave me the little push that sometimes I needed to do it.
That's a great reminder. I hadn't even thought about the accountability factor of it, but you're right. Like sometimes we talk ourselves out of doing those things because of the mess it's going to make or the time it's going to take away when we think, oh, we could just lay on the couch and watch TV. But how are you going to feel about yourself after 2 or 3 hours of Netflix versus 2 or 3 hours of door hanger painting?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me today. I feel like I've gotten to know you so much better, and you have the most prettiest curly hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, I will see you inside the Painters Clubhouse. I'm going to let you go for now, and I'm going to stay on for just a minute for the people who have questions about Painters Clubhouse. So thanks, Ambi.
All right. You're welcome. Thank y'all.
Bye. Okay. That was so much fun. I feel like I really got to know her really well, and not just her, but I feel like I got to get into the mind of the stay-at-home mom who struggles because I was there. I was exactly where she was. And so it brought back so many emotions and memories and ways that I felt back in that time, like guilt for taking some time out for yourself, guilt for spending money on yourself, a lack of feeling like you're not contributing to society now that you're not working in the professional field. And that is so true. And so all of those things were things that painting can help you overcome, which you would never suspect. And so I really want to encourage those of you who are feeling that way to consider using painting as a creative outlet that can help you be a better mom. It can help you contribute to your family financially, but it's not just going to benefit you. It's going to benefit your entire family. So who has questions about Painters Clubhouse? Because before you guys go, I want to show you the bonuses that you get. If you sign up today, by midnight tonight, you will get all of the bonuses I'm fixing to show you. But if you wait and you sign up tomorrow, one of those bonuses is going to go away. And then you have until Saturday. Saturday, there will be no bonuses left. So be sure and sign up today so that you get all of them. So first of all, here's bonus number 1. You get to learn how to paint this rose family door hanger. It's a tutorial by me. And so you'll get the template for that and the video and everything that you need to paint that door hanger. Bonus number 2, you're going to learn how to turn your yard art turn your door hangers into yard art. This was a bonus from Mary Amick of Yard Art R Us. She is the queen of all things yard art. And so this will help you kind of just branch out into not just door hangers, but taking these designs that we are teaching you how to paint and showing different ways you can use them, because we only have so many doors on our house, right? The third bonus that you will get is tips from top creatives for how to paint faster. So many of you guys talk about not having enough time to paint. You talk about how you're working full time, or you think about Ambi here. She is a stay-at-home mom. She don't have time to sit down for hours and hours and hours and paint door hangers. So we have tips for how to paint faster. The last bonus that you get is how to sell your door hanger. And guess what, Ambi, if you're still watching and listening, you're going to get all of these bonuses too, since you are a member of Painters Clubhouse. All of our Painters Clubhouse members get these bonuses when we do these launches. So how to sell your door hanger, even if you don't have a business yet. And that's taught by Ashley Rates of Rye Oak Design. So if you are thinking about learning how to paint, eventually you're going to want to learn how to sell your door hanger. And so some of you guys don't have a business yet. That's okay. We have some tips for you in that video on how to sell them. You're welcome, Sharon. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Maggie. She says, I'm a nurse, unable to work due to COVID and having lupus. So if I'm correct here, lupus is one of those things where you have good days and you have bad days, right, Maggie? So since you can't work right now, on your good days, maybe you could paint. And that would be good for your emotional health, your spiritual health, and it would help you provide an extra income since you can't work right now. Awesome, Ambi. Yay. So yeah, you're going to need that next bonus, Ambi, because you're going to be ready to sell them before you know it. I know you said you're not quite confident yet, but you will get there. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to tell you guys, but we have put the link to join up in the video description for you guys. And you want to go and join by midnight tonight so that you can get all those bonuses. But if you can't join tonight because of like payroll or something like that not happening till Friday, you do have until Saturday to sign up, okay? Now, and tonight and every night on my Facebook page, I'm going to be painting this daisy pot design live at 8:30 p.m. Central every night. I'm going to paint it different every night. So set an alarm or something on your phone, or you can be notified by texting this number, and I will text you and let you know each time I'm going live. Hopefully we don't have any tech glitches. I know right now they said it's not working and going live on my Southern Adornments page, so I'm gonna have to share it over there or something. So sorry if you guys couldn't find me. I don't know why. Sometimes it decides to glitch, but hopefully it doesn't do that to us tonight. All right. Natalie said, I'm from Wisconsin. I'm one of those on the fence people. I've done your last 2 challenges and loved it. Natalie, if you have done the last 2 and loved it, it's time, girlfriend. You've got to just hit the button and sign up, because I don't know what part of it's holding you back. If it's the financial part, if it's the like feeling like you're stuck in, like, you know how like when you sign up for a gym membership, suddenly you're like stuck for an entire 12 months. It's not like that here. You don't get stuck. If you sign up monthly, you can cancel any time. Okay. If it's about the money part of it for you and you're afraid that you don't have enough money, watch that bonus that we're giving you on how to sell your door hangers. Because if you can sell just one of these door hangers every single month, it's going to make this super affordable for you. And then we also have tips for how to do paint parties inside the membership. And so you can go and watch those and you can have a paint party. And then guess what? You'll probably earn enough money to pay for the entire year and it won't be a problem anymore. Carla says, you inspire us. I'm feeling great now that I've had time for myself to do what I love. Thank you for that, Carla. I just love hearing all of you guys and how Painters Clubhouse is benefiting you. Somebody else said, I'm excited about the bonuses. I'm newly retired. You know what newly retired means? It means you got a lot more time on your hands to paint. And it means you could start selling your door hangers and just have a bunch of fun money to go and like do fun things while you're retired. So, all right, I'm going to let you guys go now, but come join me tonight at 8:30. We'll paint the cute little flower pot door hanger, and I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.